What up, tubers? Yeah, show pal Jackhammer Mike. Another lame video. I went kind of long on the last one, so I just decided to split it up and make a secondary video. We'll talk about Virginia. As you probably heard, there's a lot of crap going on in Virginia right now. There's some scary stuff going down. And I'm going to say, Jackhammer Mike, why does that matter to me? Well, it doesn't. I mean, if Virginia can pass these oppressive laws, and I'm going to go through a couple of them here real quick for you. If they get these things passed, then all these other liberal states, or the states that are turning purple, or the states that are purple and they're starting to turn blue, we're going to be in a lot of hurt. You know, I'm really worried here in Arizona because of all the clowns coming out here from California, bringing their liberal trash ways, and I'm going to flip this state to a blue state and then all of a sudden impose all their bullshit on us. Which I find that hard to believe because Arizona is such a fantastic state for firearms people that, you know, it's constitutional carry. I believe they amended that into our Constitution, so I don't know how hard that's going to be for them to overturn it or whatever. I don't know. But it's just still scary that, you know, you're getting a lot of people migrating to the state and some other states, and they're just going to bring their liberal ways with them because it didn't work in California, but man, we'll go to the next state if we can get it to work there. Yeah, right. I was going to talk about impeachment for a little bit, but it seems to be stalled. Nancy Pelosi has really not brought articles of impeachment to the Senate, so he's really not been impeached yet, which is retarded, and even this whole stupid impeachment is retarded. It's just disgusting, and quite honestly, it bores me, and it makes me exhausted to sit here and listen to this nonsense going on. It's just insane. But yeah, I want them to get over it real quick, you know, get this thing done, get it to the Senate, get them to vote, you know, quit, and let's move on to life in general and start working on some of these things. You know, it's funny, you know, they impeached him the other day, and the day after they impeached him, they got the NAFTA trade agreement changed up, and North American, Mexican, Canadian, blah, 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 whatever it was, you know, trade deal. They got him that going. They passed a budget. Doing all kinds of stuff for some reason. And I know it's just so that they can go back to their constituents and say, yeah, look at how great we are. We've done this and this. Well, yeah, but you've had 3 years and you haven't done jack. I'm not going to talk about impeachment, though. I'm going to talk about the Virginia gun restrictions that they've got there. The first thing I want to say is that there's this organization, the Virginia Citizens Defense League, VCDL. There's a link down below. Check them out. Join them if you can. I think it was $25. Join them for a year. If not, send them $5. Send them something because they're really fighting hard to get this squared away. And a lot of cities, a lot of counties in Virginia are going to sanctuary, gun sanctuary cities. Okay, so instead of a gun-free zone or something restrictive like that, they are actually encouraging people to be there, and they're not going to enforce the laws. Which they just passed another one, and I don't remember what it was, but they just passed another. Well, they didn't pass it, they proposed it. They're not going to vote on it until, I believe, sometime in late January. They're going to vote on all these things, which is why you got a lot of talk right now going on, a lot of scared people. Excuse me. But they basically just made it illegal for any public works person, sheriffs basically, cops, that if you don't enforce your law, you just gave up your right to work there. You're going to be in violation of the work policies and yada yada, so they're going to fire your ass with no benefits. You lose your pension, you lose everything. whatever. I don't know if that'll pass or not, but everything's going to come down in like the last week or two of January, so you got to keep your eyes open on it. So the point being, if you can contribute to the Virginia Citizens Defense League, please send them a couple bucks. Help them out. Because what's going to happen is, like, you were saying, what does it affect me? Well, again, it's going to come to your state eventually, and you're going to need other like-minded individuals, no matter where they're from, to help defend you. Call their state representatives. Make a phone call. Make an email. Whatever. Anything that you can do to voice your opinion on it. You don't have to be a resident. You don't have to tell them you're not a resident, but, regardless, you don't have to say anything other than, hey, this is BS. Try to be polite. Try to not give the person on the other end of the line a bunch of shit. Just voice your displeasure. And again, if you can send them some money, do it. $25 to join them. I did, just because I want to be a part of their group. I can't really help them much. They're going to hand out flyers and things like that. Whether I could do that here in this state, I don't know. I was thinking about one of their flyers, and I was thinking about they're looking for volunteers, and I said, yeah, you know what? I could go to Cabela's here in Arizona and pass them out for a day or whatever, and you guys could send them out here. I'd be more than happy. And I said, man, I don't know if we can send them out, but if we can, we'll do it. But if not, can we give you the file for it, and you can just print them out there? And it's like, yeah, sure, I'll do 50 to 100. It won't cost anything. But here's the scary part. There's 3 bills. Senate Bill number 16, 18, and 64. And number 18 and 64 bother me the most. Number 16, it's just absolutely insane. I encourage you guys to get these links down below and click on them and get the PDF version, or just at least read it, and you're going to see that the people that are talking about this are actually, they know what they're talking about. So I want to go over this one thing on the Senate Bill 18 for them, and what they've done is they've reworded some things and they've struck out some words to make it even worse than it is. And for an example, this is Senate Bill number 18, and this is 18.2-56.2, allowing access to firearms by minors, and it's got semicolon and then penalty. And it says it shall be unlawful, but they struck that, and it says now it is unlawful. Not shall be, because that would be somebody that has discretion and can use their common sense. Now it's cut and dry. It is unlawful for any person to recklessly leave a loaded, unsecured firearm in such a manner as to endanger the life or limb of any struck child, and it's a person under the age of, and they struck 14, under the age of 18. So let me read that over to you again. It is unlawful for any person to recklessly leave a loaded, unsecured firearm in such a manner as to endanger the life or limb of any person under the age of 18. Any person violating the provision of this subsection shall be struck, and now it is guilty of a Class 3 misdemeanor. Whoops, wait, they struck that, and now you're guilty of a Class 6 felony. Okay, so they went from a misdemeanor up to a felony. And then on 18.2-308.2 semicolon 2, section B, this is what really kills me. This is insane. No dealer shall sell, rent, trade, or transfer from his inventory any such firearm to any person who is 21 years of age or older, or who has attained the age of 18 by July 1st, 2020, and is a resident of Virginia until he has obtained written consent. So now you've got to get permission. Until he has obtained written consent and the other information on the consent form specified in subsection A, and provided to the Department of State Police with the name, birthday, gender, race, citizenship, social security number, and or other identifying information, blah, 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 blah. So you couldn't even go to a shooting, your range, a gun shop that has a range on it, and you could not rent a firearm from them until you got written permission. So you might go in, one day, hey, I would really like to try that Glock out. I hear they're really nice. Okay, sure, here, fill out this form, and we'll get back to you as soon as the state police give me the okay. Give me the blessing, Bullshit. What the hell? I can't believe that there are people in this country that would actually let the federal government limit them like that. And yeah, you guys have probably seen, this line and stuff I have here. It's just a back support deal. This kind of helps my back. I have degenerative disc too, on top of everything else. But it helps my back a little bit, with some support. But I can't believe, again, that there's people that are going to limit their freedoms so much, and there's an old saying, depending on whose ox is being gored, whether people care or not about it. And, there's going to be a time when, eventually these liberal astards are going to get to a point where their rights are going to get limited one way or another, and they're not going to like it at all. They're already crying. Well, I don't want to get into the impeachment thing again. But that's number 16 or 18. That's just one little section. I mean, this is a how many pages? Six pages, 334 lines. It's interesting reading. It is. Same with number 16. They're both interesting reading. Senate Bill number 64 is a little bit smaller. It's only a one-page deal, 31 lines. But this one is particularly scary. In California, in the United States, the First Amendment expressly dictates that the right of the people to peaceably assemble, okay, kind of like the Second Amendment is basically shall not be infringed. The right of the press shall not be infringed. The freedom of religion, all this other stuff. But in the First Amendment is the right of the people to assemble peaceably. To peaceably assemble is how it's worded. Listen to this. This is going to be subsection 18.2-433.2. Paramilitary activity prohibited. Penalty. A person, and it was shall be, a person is guilty of unlawful paramilitary activity. Now get that. Unlawful paramilitary activity. Seriously? They're just trying to make it scary. A paramilitary. Oh my God, you're going to overthrow the government. Well, yeah, that could happen, maybe. But no, that's not the primary goal. But a person is guilty of unlawful paramilitary activity, punishable as a Class 5 felony, if he, 1, teaches or demonstrates to any other person the use, application, or making of any firearm, explosive, or incendiary device, or technique capable of causing injury or death to persons, knowing or having reasons to know, or intending that such training will be employed for the use in or in furtherance of a civil disorder. Okay, now think about that for a minute. Teaches or demonstrates any other person the use, application, or making of any firearm, explosive, or incendiary device, or technique capable of causing injury or death to persons, knowing or having reason to know or intending that such training will be employed for use in or furtherance of a civil disorder. Now, you've seen my videos, my shooting videos. I shoot a lot of silhouette targets, humanoid targets. I shoot a lot of those targets. Do I shoot them with the intent of shooting other people? Yeah, absolutely. Not that I'm going to shoot other people, but when I have to shoot, if I have to shoot, I know where I'm hitting on the target. And so I guess that could be equated to application capable of causing injury or death to persons. Because you're training and you're shooting at targets, humanoid targets. What do you think that's going to do? That's capable of causing injury or death, and or in furtherance of a civil disorder. So if you're pissed off and you want to have a rally, especially a Second Amendment rally like we do in some states, where everyone's out there carrying their firearms, you're probably not going to be able to do that. And here's why.
9 rings, I'll take that.
I agree.
All in the
Shit
9.
on that law.
Sweet.
18.2-433.2,
Awesome.
Section 2, assemblies with one or more persons for the purpose of training with, practicing with, or being instructed in the use of any firearm, explosive or incendiary device, or technique capable of causing injury or death to persons, intending to employ such training for use in or in furtherance of a civil disorder. What the hell? Well, when people go out and target practice and all, they absolutely are shooting humanoid targets and stuff. Well, most of us are. I mean, some people may not do it, but we're shooting humanoid targets because we want to know where we're hitting on that target. And if I have to shoot a criminal, somebody tries to assault me, I want to protect myself. Assemblies with one or more persons. Well, if you have one, who the hell's going to know? What, are you going to tell on yourself? That's how retarded this is. Assemblies with one or more persons for the purpose of training with, practicing with, or being instructed in the use of any firearm, explosive or incendiary device, or technique capable of causing injury or death to persons. Which, that technique capable, I guess if you were doing knife training, that's a technique capable of causing injury or death. Intended to employ such training for use in or in furtherance of a civil disorder. So I guess if you're training for self-defense, you're okay. But if you're training to overthrow the government, no, that's not cool. How do they determine that? Bullshit. And here's the icing on the cake. Assemblies with one or more persons with the intent of intimidating any person or group of persons by drilling, parading, or marching with any firearm, any explosive or incendiary device, or any components or combination thereof. So if you assembled with a bunch of like-minded individuals and everybody was carrying one sort of a weapon or another, and some snowflake gets triggered because they're a bunch of pussies, you're screwed. You're going to go to jail. You're going to be busted with a felony on you. This is just insane, folks. I mean, you've got to step up, and you've got to help support these people. This is the kind of bullshit that's coming. Beto O'Rourke and some of these other clowns that were running and still are running have no problem right now admitting that they're going to take away your guns and have some strict gun control. They used to not do that. Oh no, I'm Second Amendment friendly. I'm hunter. I used to hunt, and I hunt all the time. Blah blah blah. That ain't happening anymore. They're just flat out. We're going to take your guns. We're going to take the assault rifles. Yeah. Okay. One of these things, I think it's 18, has a definition of assault rifle in here. I wish. Assault firearm, okay. In this subsection. Assault firearm means any semi-automatic center-fire rifle or pistol which expels single or multiple projectiles by action of an explosion of the combustible material and is equipped at the time of offense with a magazine which will hold more than 20 rounds of ammunition, or designed by the manufacturer to accommodate a silencer, or equipped with a folding stock. There you have it. Oh, wow. There's more of it in there. It's the simple Reader's Digest version of the restrictions. So, assemblies with one or more persons with the intent of intimidating any person or group. Really? Well, then I guess, this nonsense with what was it, the election before last, whatever, where the new Black Panther clowns were in front of the polling place with billy clubs. Look at this clip.
This is 1221 Fairmount Avenue in the city of Philadelphia. This is a housing development known as Guild House West. And if it looks familiar, no doubt that's because of an incident that took place right here on Election Day 2008. John McCain against Barack Obama.
There's a guy with a billy club right here.
Video recorded here by a poll watcher went viral and has since been associated with voter intimidation. But that's not the full story.
And he was not a police officer. He was not proper security. He was a member of the new Black Panther Party.
And these clowns are out there with billy clubs. You don't think that's intimidating? I guess that wouldn't be allowed anymore. Oh wait, they're black. You can't discriminate against black people. They can do whatever they want. Forget that they've got clubs. Forget that they're intimidating at a polling booth. All that fun stuff. No, they just can't. You can't do anything. CNN will tell you, move along. There's nothing here to see. If I saw that, I'd be walking right into them. You're not gonna intimidate me. I'm gonna vote. What are you gonna do? Hit me? Go for it. Let's rock. You might get it in. You might hit me with that billy club, but you're going to jail, boy. I'll tell you that right now. What about Antifa?
You saw that flag, right? With the cross on it? That's a known white supremacist symbol. So them going around pushing their Christianity on people who aren't even necessarily Christian, their obsession with their holiday, their obsession with freedom of speech marks that they want to hurt people.
After capitalism, in its late stages as it is right now, we will move down to a one-class system called communism. Democratic and anarchist communism will be the ideology of the future. I'm right over here. You can come and get me if you want. Hold, everybody please hold.
Here, I'm gonna...
Hey, I'm a CNA. I got a medical kit. Can I help? All right.
All right.
You see these training YouTube videos and stuff. Antifa's learning how to fight, learning how to swing bats, throw bottles, and mask up so that they're tear gas proof or whatever they're doing. All of that is illegal now, apparently, in the state of Virginia, if this all passes. And again, it's towards the end of January. So all I can ask is for shits and giggles. I know all 8 of you subscribers are very involved. You'll do something. Send them a couple bucks, $5, $10, whatever you can do. Just join them for $25 so you can swell their ranks, give them some authority. Hopefully you guys are members of United or USCCA and NRA. They're still the biggest group out there, folks. The NRA is still the biggest, no matter what you think about them. They're still the biggest advocates for gun owners. And they have a fantastic site. It's NRA ILA, and that's all their legislative stuff that they're working on. Forget the magazine and the Rifleman and all that, which I love. But, NRA ILA is fantastic, and you should contribute to them if you can. Okay, so do what you can. Keep your head down, your powder dry. There's stuff coming. And if this state gets away with that kind of oppression, who's the next state? Again, you thought California, New York, Chicago, Boston, Baltimore, some of these other liberal bastions are oppressive. We haven't seen anything like this. And if they pass it there, they're going to pass it in these other states that are just, you know, nibbling on the edge, so to speak, of gun control. They're just going to take the whole bite now. And you're going to be screwed. So, anyway, with that, I am out. Please, again, I can't stress it enough. Go to Think Like a Cop. He's got an excellent video on it. Nothing Fancy's got an excellent video on it. And, you know, take a look, take a peek, and see what these guys are saying. Don't just take my word for it. Go and see what some of these other guys are doing. And try not to ignore this, because this is huge. January is going to be a rockin' month. It's going to be a rockin' month. Congress is gone right now on vacation for the Christmas break. They get like 2 or 3 weeks paid vacation off. Nice. Which is fantastic, because now they can't make any laws against us. You know, I love it when Congress is out of session. But we've got the new Congress coming up. I think new Congress. The State of the Union is going to be coming up. The primaries are going to get in full swing, and how anybody can compete against Donald Trump's record is beyond me. I wouldn't want to be one of them Democrats right now. But it is what it is. Anyway, love you guys. Thank you so much for watching, and sorry it's been so long. I will be trying to get some more videos out there, some better content, and we'll go from there. But in the meantime, love you. Merry Christmas. Happy New Year. I'm out. And I can stand up straight. I like it. Peace.